So a few days ago, Razer just showed up at my house.
Hi.
He wanted to introduce me to his new keyboard.
So we have a new keyboard. We saw the last video you did. We've heard your comments. So this is the new Blackwidow V4 Pro 75%.
He then asked me if I could upgrade the keyboard, and what do you want me to do with it?
So anything, right? You can modify it, you can do whatever you want, add a little bit of squashy boy twist to it.
And he gave me a time frame. And how long do I have?
So you have 1 week.
1 week? 1 week? What am I supposed to do in 1 week? After which he promptly disappeared, and now we're here. So here is the latest addition to the Razer lineup. The Razer Blackwidow V4 Pro 75%. It's a pretty cool keyboard, so today I'll be showing you guys the unboxing of this keyboard, all the changes they have made to the Razer V4 Pro 75 lineup, and as I mentioned previously, we will be upgrading this keyboard, although we'll keep things pretty simple, nothing too complicated, because we don't have that much time to upgrade this keyboard. We only have 1 week, so let's do something pretty easy. Yeah, not too complicated at all. So inside the box, we have the keyboard. Pretty cool. Other than that, we have the manual, which comes with stickers. We love them, really important Razer stickers. Wow. A USB-A to USB-C braided cable, 3 extra pre-loop switches, a switch and keycap remover, the wireless dongle which supports up to 4 kHz polling rate, and the magnetic wrist rest which comes with the keyboard. It's so soft and cushiony, it's actually really nice. Don't tell Razer, but it is my favorite kind of wrist rest. I don't actually use wrist rest, but if I had to use one, Razer. So let's see what you get more with the Pro version of the 75%. For starters, it is a 75% exploded layout this time. What that means is that there's actually gaps between all the function keys now. So compared to before where all the function keys are too close and you might accidentally hit them, it's actually spaced out nicely this time. Secondly, this keyboard now features pre-loop screw-in stabilizers, which are pretty good. Thirdly, if you watched my previous Razer video, you'll probably remember that I sprayed the keyboard plate white. This was to increase the RGB reflectiveness. And guess who went and done the same? That's right, Razer. We got a white backplate this time. That's crazy. Yo, smash like if you think that was crazy. So Razer actually did pay attention and now they have a white backplate to increase the RGB reflectiveness. See guys, sometimes I do have good inventions. It's not like all the time I have some crazy idea and you guys think like, oh my god, it's so crazy. Keyboard in a table or keyboard in a moving car in your... Sometimes you gotta listen to the boy. So wash it. That's so lame. And fourth and finally, to address the elephant in the room. I don't know if you have noticed, but there is a giant OLED on the keyboard now. The OLED's located at the top right. Now normally screens on keyboards are kind of gimmicks because they don't normally do much other than just aesthetics. Don't get me wrong, screens are really cool, but they don't really do much in the long run. But Razer did something different with this keyboard. They made the screen useful. Okay, let me explain. Essentially, this keyboard can be fully programmed without even plugging it into the PC. The screen combined with this scroll wheel and this button allows you to control 90% of all the features that are present in this keyboard. You can change the screen animation, you can change the function of the knobs, you can change the lighting of the chroma RGB. So if you're planning to take this keyboard out of your home setup and bring it somewhere else, you won't need to constantly load out Razer Synapse just to control this keyboard. Plus, you still get the added benefit of running a GIF over here or just an image for aesthetic purposes. It's a bit unfortunate that there's no color, but it's still a really cool keyboard feature anyway. And now that we're done with the technical stuff, let's move on to how we're going to be upgrading this keyboard. Yes, I know, it's a different shirt because, you know, different take, different day. Before we get into the plan of the keyboard, we're going to need some stuff. Razer.
Hello,
Hi. This... Need this too?
No stealing of stuff?
I'm just borrowing it for very long, indefinitely actually.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
Right. Here is the plan for the keyboard. We are only going to be doing 2 things to this keyboard, making it heavier and making it brighter. Pretty simple. To make this keyboard heavier, I actually opened the insides of this keyboard and I found out that besides this piece of foam, there's quite a bit of space here which is unused. So what I ended up doing is I went to 3D model a piece of weight that could fit into this space, something that will increase the weight of the keyboard because, you know, idiot brain, heavier keyboard, better keyboard. What am I doing? And after 2 iterations of 3D printing to confirm that my weight would fit in the keyboard, I ordered a solid piece of 4mm brass to laser cut and fit into this exact space. And it's been 2 weeks and yeah, no, the brass is not here. Yes, I know, same shirt, same day actually. It's the same. It's been 2 weeks. And I say 2 weeks because I actually ordered the brass plate 1 week before I got this production unit, thinking it would arrive on time at least. Well, it turns out that this China company decided to ship my brass plate by sea. You know, boat, the thing that floats, you know, the thing that goes... Yeah, no, the brass plate, it's not here. Well, it's time to blow the budget. Bird. It's time to blow the budget of this project by going locally. Let's go. I immediately started contacting local factories to see who is willing to help out, and I stumbled upon my savior. This is Chun. Chun runs a laser cutting company and he was super on board to help out. We ended up cutting 3 pieces, a brass plate, a stainless steel weight, and a brass back piece. And here's what we ended up with. A 4mm stainless steel weight, a 0.5mm back piece, and a 1.5mm brass plate to replace the current FR4 plate. Thank you so much for your help.
Okay, thanks.
It's really lifesaver, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, why am I going to his office? That's the pieces. We got the pieces. Don't mistake me by saying the FR4 is bad. The FR4 plate is actually really good that they provided here. It's actually my favorite material for plates, but we are trying to make this keyboard the heaviest Razer keyboard. So we're gonna have to work with every space we have. And the plate takes up quite a bit of space. So now's the time to test if this weight even fits in the keyboard. I'm scared. Moment of truth. Judging by my, pure genius of 3D printing it before, it should fit. It's not fitting. What's going on? Oh, I definitely broke something. Take this out. Oh my god, I can't take it out. Well, it kind of fits. I mean, it definitely fits. Yo, okay, it fits. It was a little tight. If it fit, it fit. Alright, great, we did it. Alright, after a bit of a squeeze, the weight does fit perfectly. Yeah. I will have the laser cutting files in the description, but if you're gonna cut it for yourself, don't do 4mm, do like 3mm. And that's the weight of the keyboard settled, another 840 grams of weight into the keyboard. That's including this brass plate, by the way. Well, it would have been a lot cheaper if my brass plate decided to come, but But now to make this keyboard the brightest keyboard possible. In my last video, I actually spray painted the plate white, but this time Razer already did it because, I told you so. But I was thinking, what if we took this one step further? So the other day while I was shopping, I actually noticed this jacket which was slightly more reflective than usual. It was made of the reflective material you would find on those reflective vests. And after flashing my flashlight onto it, it became really bright because that's how reflective materials work, it's crazy. So the jacket made of this reflective material was actually tiny glass beads as Google claims, which reflects light rays really well from the same direction it comes from. It's the same stuff they use on the highways where you see those road markings which are like really bright in the night. So here's my theory. What if we sprayed the entire plate with this light reflector material? So that way when light bounces off the plate, there should be more light waves preserved, right? So to test this, I printed 2 test plates to see if the theory holds up. One plain white plate and the other one sprayed with this reflective material. So my brother just asked why it didn't change color. It's because it only reflects light. So we're gonna go inside and we're gonna try it with light. What are you recording? Alright, so right now it's actually in the evening and I have set up both plates on a bipod and we're going to be taking a photo with a flash to see which plate actually reacts to the light. Alright, ready? Whoa! Wait, Jordan, come see this. Ooh! Wait, that's actually so cool. That actually looks really good. Yeah, look at it. So the plate does reflect light better, but will it work on a keyboard? So let's try it out with RGB. Alright, so right now I have the keyboard set up so that it has the white plate and there's only RGB for the part that's only lit up. And I also turned off all the other LEDs so that, the plate is lit up. So this plate currently is just a pure white plate. I'm going to turn off the lights. Alright, so this is the pure white plate. There's no additional lighting. Alright, and this next plate, the one over here, is the fancy shiny plate. As you can see, it is slightly shinier. I don't know if this would actually affect it. Let's try. So I left the camera settings the same. Gotta be honest with you, can't tell a difference in real life. It's like slightly shinier from the side. Okay, I'm gonna look at it in post. Okay, so the thing is the plate does actually work because I got a camera here. Got my bipod over there. Look how it actually looks like from far in real life. Alright, I'm gonna take a picture of it with a flash. So this is how it looks like. So yeah, you can actually see that it does actually glow in the dark when the flash hits it. So I just saw the results between the white plate and the reflective plate. Couldn't tell a difference, gotta be real with you. But since we already bought the spray, might as well use it, right? I mean, it's not like it's gonna change color, they're both still white, and this one just has a cool little reflective coat now. Maybe it doesn't make the keyboard brighter, I can't really tell, but hey, there's still the cool effect of like taking a photo with a flash and the keyboard lights up. So with all the things kinda all over the table, it's time to put this keyboard together. I don't know why I hit the table. This is 180 grit sandpaper, and I'll be sanding the logo off. Oh man, now we can't see the logo anymore. Sanding the brass plate. I already can hear some of you guys saying, oh my god, why are you sanding and spray painting the brass plate? Isn't it really so nice in brass? Yes, but we're going for the bright RGB, So yeah, no, we can't have it brass. Alright, the brass plate is pretty scored up, it's scratched. But yeah, hopefully the paint sticks to this pretty well. No! A bug got caught in it. Oh, I broke the paint. This is why I didn't want to do it on grass. Guys, don't spray paint on grass. Dude, people are gonna think I am a psycho just sitting on the road outside my house just sanding a piece of metal. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Take 2. Alright, now the plate. That's good. We got a white plate. Now we're gonna put on the reflect. Dude, that's oh, that's smelly. But yeah, next we're gonna spray the reflective coat. Oh my god, there's a chicken crossing the road. Look at it. Alright, we're done. I'm all passed out, dude. This mask does not work. And this is how the plate turned out. Alright, stabilizer change. We are changing to the new AP stabilizers. They're kinda good. Ooh. Wait, Razer included the dampening pads again. So there are dampening pads at the bottom of stabilizers. After which I loop the stabilizers and put them in. I also had to add back the gaskets. And I had to put everything back together. I also did place half a piece of foam back in. Screw everything back together. Alright, moment of truth. I don't know if the screen is actually damaged or dirty, but we're gonna peel it for the peel. Oh my god, it's dirty at the back. Wait, I gotta go clean it. Okay, I'm replacing the Razer sticker. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna be putting on some keycaps. And I'm also gonna be polishing the brass back plate. I sanded the brass back plate down to a fine grit of 2000 grit and then polished it with Brasso. Which didn't really work, but you know what, it's shinier, I guess, it's shinier. And then I named the keyboard to name it the official Blackwidow V4 Pro 75% Heavy Edition. So yeah, the keyboard is done, and so am I. I'm so tired. Yeah, this keyboard took about more than the 7 days that it provided. I honestly thought the grey was going to be darker, but it's not. I changed the keycaps out from the GMK maroons to these keycaps because they just fit better. The maroons just kind of look weird with the grey. And yeah, after weighing this keyboard, it came in at a total weight of 1.7 kilos. And technically, this makes this the heaviest Razer keyboard, excluding the giant one they have in their office, in existence. Heaviest wireless Razer keyboard. You know what? Heaviest wireless Razer keyboard. The second heaviest keyboard going to the Razer Blackwidow V4 Pro, which comes at a total weight of 1.6 kilos. So this is technically 100 grams heavier. I also tried to shine the back plate, the brass plate at the back. It's not as shiny as I expected, even though I followed all the tutorials on how to make brass shine. So yeah, there's a lack of skill at my end. Oh, I forgot to mention about the small little screen. So I did a small little jive for the screen. It's a really nice piece of jive. I'm gonna say jive, you know what? Screw you guys, I'm gonna say jive. So I did a small little jive for the screen. It has an animation of just a Minecraft anvil falling down. And after an explosion, it shows the keyboard name. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we're done with the keyboard. All we have to do now is to wait for Dexter to see what he thinks of the keyboard. Fingers crossed he actually likes the keyboard. Hopefully he does. It's really heavy. Ooh, heavy boy. Just like me. So today is day 0. We're supposed to meet up Dexter, the Razer guy, to pass him the keyboard. And look what he just messaged me. He told me to meet him here, the Arlo Nomad, in central Manhattan, New York. I guess we're going New York?
Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines.
So yeah guys, we're in New York now. It's everything I've ever expected New York to be. I don't know if that's a good thing. But Razer's having a meeting in New York and they flew me down. So yeah, we're gonna be heading over to the Razer meeting, which is about right now actually. We're kind of late, so yeah, we'll head over to the Razer meet. Why am I here? Why am I in New York? I wanna go home. So we made our way over to the Razer event, which was held at a small little WeWork that was near where we were. Met up with Dexter again. Hey, I'm here. And I showed him the keyboard. He sent me all the way to New York. I'm here. Here's the keyboard. Let me know what you think of it.
Whoa, wow, okay.
I'm so jet lagged.
Well, I must say, you've done quite a bit to the keyboard. I like it, yeah.
So you really like the keyboard, right? Because I really want to go home.
Well, I like the keyboard, you know, in fact, I like it so much that I want to show it to the press.
Wait, like the press?
Yes, the press.
Shit. Well, I guess we're just showing off our keyboards to the press now. There are a bunch of other keyboards from other YouTubers as well. You may recognize them. And I also got the press to react to the weight of my keyboard.
Oh yeah. I like that though. I like a nice solid keyboard.
It's funny because they don't expect it. That's Betsy Tech in the background. Really cool guy. We spent the rest of our day explaining the keyboards and how we modded them.
Wow.
So it's a pretty obvious change.
I was not expecting that.
And we also went to buy lunch, which was like $30. After showing off our keyboards, it was time for the final question. Alright, so Dexter, it's been a really long day.
Yeah.
The press likes the keyboard.
Yes, they do.
You like the keyboard.
I do, actually.
Can I go home? What?